Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Takama arani kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Someni oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachi hana no. Odo no ahagi harani. Misogi harai tamo toki ni narimaseru. Harai dono o kamitachi moro moro no magakoto tsumikegare o. Harai tamai kiyome tamai tomao sukoto no yoshi o. Amatsu gami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuchikoma no mimi furitatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie oyanushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie oyanushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kannagara tamachi haemase. Kannagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, The long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Meishu-sama, bless
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Paradise on earth. I'm doing my utmost to help fulfill God's marvelous plan of establishing paradise on earth, a civilization in which disease, poverty, and conflict no longer exist will be a paradise on earth. Paradise on earth is a world where truth, virtue, and beauty manifest in perfect form. The aim of our spiritual movement is to establish a paradise on earth by helping to create and promote a spiritual civilization that will develop alongside our present material civilization. Paradise on earth is the phrase I have used to describe a world free from disease, poverty, and conflict. A world that has long been the ideal of humanity. Over the ages, spiritual leaders from various cultures have prophesied the advent of such a world without specifying a time frame for the realization of such ideals. However, I have become aware of the fact that the moment is close at hand. It would be extremely fortunate for humanity if paradise on earth could be established without any major changes. The truth is, however, that in order for an ideal world to be realized, the cleansing of the present world must first be accomplished. Just as an old house must be razed and the site cleared before a new house can be built, there will be a number of parts from the old structure that will still be usable and thus be spared, but their selection, of course, is up to God. To survive, all human beings must become useful members of the new civilization. By doing so, we can surmount this great change and pass God's test. This can only be achieved through faith in God.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters. And thank you for joining us also in prayers for world peace. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Rubens Mendes Rodrigues Jr. He's from Santos, Brazil. Rubens is married. In June of 2020, through a member of our church, his wife received from a friend the link to access our online services. Rubens himself engaged in watching them as well, found that he enjoyed them, and started to follow the broadcast transmissions daily, both in the morning and in the afternoon. By listening to the faith experiences, he noticed people's gratitude for the miracles that had occurred in their lives, as well as the happiness they expressed due to participating in various dedications at their Johrei centers. More and more, Rubens became interested in Meishu-sama's teaching. So in January of 2021, he acquired the ebooks of the teachings and started reading them daily. The writings spoke about altruism, kindness, courtesy, and happiness achieved when we make others happy, among other subject matters, all of which Rubens immediately resonated with personally. This exposure awakened in him the desire to participate in the divine work of constructing paradise on earth by channeling Johrei to people in need. And consequently, in October of 2021, Rubens researched the church's address on the internet and went to visit the nearest Johrei Center. He was warmly welcomed, received his first in-person Johrei, and began visiting the center most every day. He took the membership course and was blessed to receive the sacred focal point or Hikari on November 27th. He now channels Johrei daily to his wife, his daughter, his 87-year-old mother, as well as to her caregivers. They all watch our online services and enjoy them deeply. Additionally, Rubens regularly reads Meishu-sama's divine writings, goes to church to give service, and makes donations of gratitude. From Meishu-sama, Rubens learned that the optimal way to connect to God is through manifesting selfless love and accumulating virtuous deeds. In this manner, Rubens strives to apply these principles in his daily life, aspiring to contribute to the creation of an increasingly better world. Rubens affirms that our online links sparked his awakening to spirituality in finding greater purpose in his life. Rubens is thankful to God, Meishu-sama, and his ancestors for that which unfolded. His commitment is to improve himself each and every day, so that through positive attitudes and actions, he can guide many people to the path of salvation. Thank you very much for attending this service, for listening to this faith experience. I wish you a wonderful weekend.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We wish you a very blessed evening.